this. I think I forgot.
You can do it.
Welcome to the podcast.
We're not recording. Yeah, welcome to the
podcast where we're all going to let fame go to our heads. We're only doing this for the fame. We don't do it for fun. We actually hate each other.
I hate it. I hate that. I hate you. I hate
We're going with it. Derek, how's your day? Do not fucking return it. We're going into it. Do not touch the fucking keyboard. This is it.
The train didn't even leave the station.
Now Derek's going to say something really terrible, so we can't actually use this part of the thing. He's going to say the most worst thing he thinks of in his head. We can't use it anymore. Darren, what do you want to talk about today?
Oh, my poor brain.
Seriously, though, don't press that button. I will murder you.
All right.
Do not press it.
All right.
Seriously, welcome back to Slightly More Milk.
Just put the gun away, dude. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not happy with this.
I can compose myself.
Welcome back where we all think about the glory days of our podcast. Like, remember when it used to be funny?
Yeah, do you remember when it was good? What is it, episode 1, 2?
Yeah. What is this now, like 7?
It's like once you get older too, it just goes by faster. And once you start doing this more, it all becomes a blur. It just seems like just 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been doing this for months now, though, haven't we?
Actually, no. This is our 10th episode.
Really?
In all seriousness,
Ooh.
yeah. I mean, if you don't include the pilot, because pilot's always episode 0. But
Technically 11th because you deleted one too.
Oh yeah, that's true. We lost the episode where we shit talked everyone we went to high school with.
Did we?
That was probably for the better.
Totally. Yeah, it probably just deserved to be deleted.
Yeah, you kind of need to know basis, and nobody else needs to know.
Have you actually listened to a podcast before, like listening to ours, and be like, "This isn't good. This is not a good episode." Has that gone through your head yet?
Do we have to talk about that while we're on the podcast?
Yeah. Besides the ones I went there, obviously
I fucking hate all of them.
Like my least favorite is probably like Bubblegum Submarine and the Nate one, but the rest of them are like fucking gold, you know?
So shallow. I don't want to keep talking about them. It's so shallow.
I know, just kidding.
What was I just gonna say though? When you inevitably cut me off.
The good old times.
The good old times.
I don't remember. Do you still have a Hitler shirt? Do you? Answer the question.
Yes.
The one with the swastika on it.
Actually, it doesn't have a swastika on it.
I know, that's what I said. I just want to make it sound bad.
It's a shirt that's way too big for me that somebody got me for Christmas, and I think it was my dad. Got it for me for Christmas. It has Adolf Hitler, the leader of the Third Reich, on a sled, on like a winter sled, riding down a rainbow in his pajamas, like through space, like through fucking Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. And one time I did wear it downtown by accident. It was super absent-mindedly, just like put it on because I had to go to the gas station or whatever, get a beer, and I had it on, and I didn't realize until I got out of my car. I'm like,
oh boy,
it's too late to turn back.
this is the kind of shirt where like you want confrontation.
Yeah, you run into some old grizzled World War II vets.
They look at you and just one tear rolls down their eyes.
Fucking pulverize you on the spot.
I've actually read from start to finish my history textbook of this class.
For school?
Yes.
Nice.
It's like on my own. Like it is just interesting because it's not.
That's very high praise.
It's not actually a history textbook where it's like, you know, where they have like the inside of a ship and they have a bunch of stuff going on. It's really fucking boring to look at.
What? Oh, the photos are great.
Yeah, the cross.
I like to read the book for the pictures.
It's all just personal stories from World War II. Like this, this guy named Turkle who just, it's his book where he just goes around and puts stories and throws it in.
That kind of, well, I mean,
it's just an anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say it's kind of, or at least how I'm referencing it is kind of like how World War Z is written.
Oh yeah,
where it's just
off like short stories of people talking.
Yeah, well, that's the whole book is just the reporter going around. He's like, oh, so after the zombie war, he goes around and talks to people. And every like chapter or whatever is a totally different story.
That's super interesting.
And then the movie came out and it was really depressing.
Yeah, and what was it? What the fuck was it? Was it Bradley Cooper?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, not Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper in World War Z.
You watch your mouth. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, no, that movie kind of fucking sucked. The book was awesome. It had reoccurring characters too, which is another thing.
I think that movie would have been fine if it wasn't tied to the book. Like really? If they made it a different, like, IP, because then you could just write it off as like, oh, it's just a dumb zombie movie.
Yeah, but it used like
but it used
the names
and
Yeah, okay, I feel
things
that.
from World War Z.
Another thing the movie did for me was ruin my like perception of the book. Like,
Yeah.
so when I read it, it was a lot more. Like, my mental image of the scenes that were happening were a lot more, like, visceral and, like, really...
Yeah.
Like, I imagined them my own way, and then I watched that, and it kind of, like, ruined it for me, because then I went back and read the book again.
Yeah.
And it was not the same, because I could
I've-
only see the movie.
I think that would be really good as like a short web series. Like
Yeah.
every episode is one of the stories and done like that. Because like when I heard that the World War Z was being made into a movie, I was like, they're not gonna do like what is it, the 30-day battle or whatever. It was like,
Chronicle the entire thing.
well, I was like, oh, they're not gonna do, because that's one of my favorite parts. Is like
Yeah.
it's this whole battle, then just zombies are just walking because it's an endless force, and people are tagging out basically. Like, all right, you can go rest. I'll take your
That's cool.
position,
Yeah.
and like,
They must have a lot of ammo.
yeah,
There was a lot of... It was mostly, like, medical research reports, too.
That's
You know,
awesome.
Like, and it was part of, like, because I read this and the zombie survival guide in, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, middle
love
school,
that
like,
one.
early high school. And it, like, put me through, like, a total zombie craze. And, like, the way that book was written was, like, super... it seemed, like, factually... It wasn't, but factually, like, evidence-based and all that, like, good actual science stuff.
it was like
It made me want to read it. And
it was
believe
science fiction and not fantasy, because it was worded in a way that you're like, okay, yeah, that could work.
I read a.
It's grounded in reality.
This brings me back to
Kind
a book I read a long time ago. I don't remember what it's called at all whatsoever. But the zombies,
Really just
when
stellar
everyone died from
contribution.
disease, and a lot of people died from disease, so they're on the ground. They were just dead, and there were so many they couldn't put them all in graves fast enough. And then they got up and started walking. And then as time progressed, they got faster and faster and smarter throughout the time of like the books and stuff.
Like 28 days later or something.
Almost,
Or, like,
but like 28 more days is more
Land
like
of the Dead.
is more like a natural like rage.
28 days later, by the way.
One of the best beginning of the movies ever when the guy's running away.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That movie gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies.
It just
It's
gives me
really
it
gross.
just gives me intense anxiety.
Yeah.
That's the movie the
It's
entire
really
time.
good, but it seems to always have a running theme of like the endings are like the worst.
Yeah,
Right.
which I love.
It's like if your heart rate isn't like through the roof during for 45 minutes straight of this movie, they're not doing it right.
I sound awful. I'm a huge pessimist kind of person with movies.
Really?
Yep. I fucking love sad endings to movies. I love them. I think it's awesome. And it's not like everything's happy and everything ended up perfect. I'm like, that's boring. I want something like different. Like, people are like, oh, you're gonna hate the ending of Infinity War. I love the ending of Infinity War. I'm not gonna
I
bring
thought
it
it
up.
was good.
Well, it's not the
I was
ending.
I know it's not the ending, but it's a good way to end
It's the
it.
ending of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the ending of part 1.
Yeah, but I liked it.
Have you ever watched The Road?
Mm-mm.
No, you should go watch The
I heard
Road.
it's super depressing.
It is.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Oh, dude, it's really good.
I just watched Lady Bird for the first time. I think you would love that movie.
Really?
Yep.
What's all the hype about?
It is the most realistic high school movie I've ever seen in my life. It's extremely realistic, where everything that was important to her when she went to college, she didn't talk to like any of the same friends she had. All the things that were important to her in high school were literally meaningless after.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, that's like super realistic. And like how she was friends with some people, and then they just weren't friends anymore. But it wasn't like a huge dropout. They just stopped being friends.
Right.
And it's just like how life happens.
That seems like a really... Like, it seems like a difficult movie to make.
It is
Like something
extremely,
so accurate.
and there's
I'm
not
very,
like there's not like a huge confrontational like climax or anything. It's just like the average life of a high schooler, and it's
Cool.
pretty interesting.
That's a very kind of like experimental film
It's
too.
it's extremely artsy.
Oh, okay. Something
I don't
you would
know-
watch at Red River Theater in Concord.
Well, actually, I was gonna say I don't know the movie. Like just from the description, it sounds kind of
It was
experimental. Like
it
let's
was-
see if we can do this.
I know it doesn't mean much, but it was like up for like an Oscar and stuff like that. Which obviously have artsy movies that are up for Oscars
Right.
all the time that are pretty bad.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fucking Shape of Water or something like that.
Wait, did you not watch that?
I didn't
The
watch
fish
it.
fucking movie?
Yeah.
No?
No, you should go watch it. It's actually pretty
I
good.
can just watch Discovery Channel on the blowfish and do the same thing. Learn about how they procreate.
Blowfish? Is there a certain way of blowfish?
It was a joke based on fish sex.
Let's not delve too deep.
I'm
into
really
Do you
just...
not know?
I'm stepping
what-
down to the lowest common denominator here.
Do you not know what that movie's about?
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I legitimately don't.
Yeah,
No, it's
getting laid from the Merman.
Is that what it is? Getting laid from the
you could totally explain it
from,
like that.
not with.
No.
Or to? Okay, do you get laid from somebody? Is that something you get from someone, or do you do it with them? Do you get laid with them? You get No, yes, you get cummies.
Everyone knows.
According to my research,
everyone knows the cummies research.
We've had a 20% increase in cummies.
Ever since the baby boomers and the cummies.
You get laid to somebody. What are we talking about?
Because you lay with someone.
Yeah, you do lay with, like, in the Bible.
laid with someone.
Picture like the guy that wears a trench coat at work, or not at work, maybe
What?
at school. Usually people wear it at school. You go to school, kid wears his trench coat.
Wears makeup.
What?
Where's eyeliner?
Where's the eyeliner? It's just, he went out to a party, he was successful. He said, "I managed to lay with someone by the end of the evening." And actually, fuck. Oh.
I'm surprised Derek didn't wear trench coats in school.
No, shut up. Hang on, I'm trying to think.
I
knew somebody that talked like that, and I'm trying to think of where. And it's not going to come to me.
What, really? Kind of like pompous?
Like
archaic. Like spoke like a...
How can you do that without sounding seeming pompous?
Well, he was a lunatic. He was fucking... Nobody liked him. He was weird. Oh, okay, I'll think of it later when it doesn't matter, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You'll probably think about it when you're laying in bed tonight. You yell out his name for no reason, and then he appears in your room.
Mark Zuckerberg!
Oh, okay. What do you got written down for us?
Oh, well, that's for later, but this is all from, PlayStation did a lineup tour for its
They're going to Warp Tour.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's a
Bad
pre...
It's not even a thing anymore.
No, bad joke.
Joke. It's a pre showing of what they're going to have at TGS later this week.
What's TGS?
Tokyo Game Show.
The game show.
The game show. The game show. Welcome back to the vague game show.
But no, they showed off a whole lot of shit, and it was like really stacked. So like,
meaning,
like the beginning, like at the
go on.
At the very beginning, you're like, okay, we're gonna see some things that we've already seen. No. No, brand new things, brand new footage of games. Like, yeah, we've seen some of that game, but brand new footage, brand new IPs that are being shown.
Sweet.
It was really crazy.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it was like an 2-hour long.
Is this PS4 exclusive shit, or is it just also coming to PS4 and Xbox?
We don't know. I'm gonna guess that's gonna be exclusive, or at least most of these, because like they did have Sekiro. They had more footage of that,
so looking forward to that.
They showed off more enemies and more combat footage in general instead of the verticality stuff. Which
that's not getting a
footage. Here's our combat footage, and they just show like
Tyler just walks the fuck in.
They show
speaking as he walks back into the room. Like we have to pay attention to.
Like here's some combat footage. They post like D-Day, World War II like footage. Like, what do you guys think? They just walk off stage. That's pretty awful, right?
Throw in a white handkerchief and walk away.
But
is this getting a PC port?
I don't know. More than likely, because I'm fairly certain that this is also coming to Xbox One and those. So I want to guess yes.
That'd be so tight.
But since it's a Souls game, I'm going to guess that the PC port's going to be later.
And be ass.
At first, yes.
Except for Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, congratulations. You made a good PC port.
I don't play on PC.
Actually, I take it back. All of that is null and void if you don't have a controller, because they're all bad if you don't have a controller.
No, all layouts and keyboards for those types of games are
like, I don't know, controllers are just made for like RTS games. Like, that's where it feels really good.
RTS.
you played
point and click adventure.
I feel like I've played one of those with you.
Yeah,
an RTS on console.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Lord of the Rings RTS?
Yes, I played that one. I played Halo Wars. There was that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was this really old game that was
Command and Conquer.
Yes.
There was that one.
It was like the one where like Washington, D.C. is being under attack, and it's like
Red
aliens.
Faction? Not Red Faction.
I'm looking at that again. That game is old as balls. That came
Alert.
out. Maybe.
Red Alert.
But that came out like around like Lost Colony. Like, do you guys remember that game?
No.
The mech game that was in the winter, like one of the very first games made for Xbox 360.
Wait, you mean Lost Planet?
Lost Planet.
Oh, Lost Planet.
Yeah,
Lost Planet, another game that Capcom made to fool the West into liking Monster
Hunter.
That game was nothing like Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
No, it is.
There's no.
It was.
It was totally-
There's no RPG stuff in it. It was just a shooter.
It's not about being an RPG.
Yeah.
Kind of is about being an RPG.
Kind of, but it was supposed to be Capcom tricking the West into like, hey, play Monster Hunter.
Why couldn't they just throw Monster Hunter at us?
Because they thought
wasn't ready. Also,
because they thought like, oh, this won't work because Western audiences is crazy. So
And then you see Western audiences like eat up Persona.
they didn't like Lost. We didn't like Lost World. Lost World though.
What's
Yeah,
Lost World?
Lost
I
Planet.
mean, Lost Planet.
Oh,
Fuck, like,
yes.
I'm
I was saying,
copying
isn't
you.
Lost World like just a really bad game?
Lost World
Planet-
is Jurassic
Lost
Park 2.
Lost Planet had terrible reviews,
No.
didn't it?
Yeah, but what's the really bad RPG?
It was critically
There's-
acclaimed, but for
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
but not a lot
I
of
could
people
totally
bought
be
it.
remembering this incorrectly.
You know
though.
what
I
game
believe
kicked
it.
ass though?
The second one probably got really bad reviews. The multiplayer only.
Oh,
one.
okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, who does multiplayer only nowadays? You know, it's stupid.
Fucking idiots.
Well, it's back then. So
Well, like
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I've been playing so much single player games. I love it.
That's
It's
my-
so good.
That's the only thing I do.
It's awesome. I
Oh.
only play multiplayer games except for like Monster Hunter, but I've been only playing Monster Hunter and Dota 2. But
Isn't it relaxing
so
to play a
good.
game by yourself and not having to
it's not
talk?
relaxing. It's hard. It's stressful, but it's
Yeah.
fun because it's grindy. It's very grindy. I've been just grinding like low level shit to get some high level shit.
This was awful.
It's fun because you can. I now have a collection of like 5 or 6 different weapons that I can use for different monsters, so it's like fun to get practice with those because I'm still learning new shit about the weapons, and I've only really played with like half of the weapons you can because you
Yeah,
have like
there's-
14 of
yeah,
them.
there's like 14,
It's
16
fucking
weapons.
wild. There's a horn. There's a bagpipe. It's a weapon. It's a hunting horn.
Isn't it mostly buffs and debuffs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
You
lot
play
of
the
supporting
sweet song
items.
of death.
That's awesome.
It's so hard.
That's something I would do.
Yeah, it's very cool.
But grinding in Monster Hunter is totally different because of the
Yep.
agency of it. So like you also have a lot more actions that you can do. It's like
Yep.
kind of like just think of like a character action game, kind of like Kingdom Hearts or Nier or Devil May Cry.
True, good point. I'm usually not into those games. Kingdom Hearts dragged me in for some reason, and
That's probably 'cause-
the story kept me going. But like with most games like that, I'm not a huge fan of. Like I don't know, I'm really into like strategy games and like, but except like Hearts of Iron 4. I tried getting into that game.
Oh, is that why you texted me recently about?
I always
Have you
download
heard
it
of this game?
and I always hate it, and I'll refund it, and then
That's
I'll play it
fucking
again. And then I refund
stupid.
it. It is literally like. Do you want to know exactly? Do you want to know exactly how FDR felt in World War II? Play this game. If you want to do every little thing about World War II and feel the stress of a World War II general, here you go. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't care about my production. Which one's civilian? I made more military factors than civilians, so now I have a coup inside of me, and they're trying to take
Like,
over.
How the fuck do I fix this?
So they're like, oh, you're gonna recruit men, but you don't have the right equipment to make them, so you can't train them. And like, oh, you train these guys, but you didn't train these guys at the same time, so they don't have the kind of
don't-
factionness together. I'm like, who thinks of these
Are you
things?
serious?
Yeah,
It's a paradox game. So.
and it's like
like
like,
EU4 and
like,
all
oh,
that.
Yeah.
Germany just went past the bridge. Like, they're getting closer with the military. What do you think about that? I'm like, I don't really like it. Looks like
and I'm like, hey, I gotta be honest, I don't really like it.
I totally agree with you, but also communism is 30% more in your party now. I'm like, I don't want communism in France. I can't
I
handle
don't
this.
think. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, no, you don't want like super grand strategy. You want tactics.
Yeah,
basically.
like I don't want to know exactly how FDR felt in 1945. Right? It was stressful.
You don't
Which
want
credit
to.
where credit is due for being a simulator.
Yeah, it's no. It's,
Absolutely, but it's just like I don't care about
it's not just what
like
Tyler
oh
wants.
you had a lot of your army was bigger than theirs. Yes, but you did not check before for mines, and you don't have air superiority, so you didn't win that. I'm
And
like,
you
what?
forgot to brush your teeth on Tuesday.
You didn't do enough drills with the men every day like you're supposed to. You didn't have the right officer. I'm like, I'm gonna
You
quit
missed
this
tea
game.
time with the men.
Yeah, no, the morale was very low. that
Morale
day.
was very low.
I also don't like those games because of the combat. I know the combat's not supposed
it's
to
super
be.
boring. Yeah.
Well, I know
Wow.
it's not supposed to be the big.
Can you not do that, you mongoloid?
I'm sorry.
Whack!
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's not
Can't cut that
supposed.
out.
It's not
Please
supposed
go
to be the big selling point, but it's like you have no agency in it. It's like all right, and then it's just you see two
Two guys running.
two
at it.
models kind of just bumping into each other.
Making Minecraft injury noises.
Yeah, yeah. And then one falls down or one leaves.
And like I'm talking like the little battle thing that pops up and you go over it. It goes, "This you're winning this battle," in 55 days it should be over. And I'm like, this is one battle? Like, yeah, you gotta, then don't forget to fortify your front lines and make a secondary defense in case you lose this one. I'm like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Dude, this game was made by liberals to convince everybody that war is hell.
So I just, all you gotta do is just research nukes and just be like, you see that?
Yeah, that's the loophole.
Yeah. Sergeant, yeah, you see that armor over there? Yes. Don't. Oh, nuke it? Yes.
Yeah, vaporize.
I don't want to see them anymore.
Get like Command and Conquer. Like,
if they made like the grand strategy, but a little bit more watered down, and then they threw in the RTS for the battles, that'd be like the best.
Why don't you like the Total War series more than
Total War series? Yeah, that's exactly what I like, but I don't like Total War because it's not World War II.
They have Revolutionary and like.
I'm in a huge World War II kick right now.
Okay.
Like I played Call of Duty World War II, which the campaign was not bad.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
Did you beat that?
Huh?
Did you beat it?
I made it almost to the end. I got to the concentration camp at the end, and I haven't gone past that.
Is there a paintball mode in it?
Big head mode?
Yeah, paintball mode.
Is there really paintball mode in Call of Duty games?
Did you never play paintball mode for World at War on the PS3?
Never.
Oh, dude, if you beat the game, there's a cheat code that you could enter that turns everything into paintball guns.
That's awesome.
And you can play the campaign with it. And you're like, and they just like make little paintball sounds, like splatter and paint everywhere. And the guy's like, oh, they're falling over.
Dude, that's
paint
cool.
over.
That's
yeah,
really
it was
cool.
wicked fun.
World at War was a great
Plus,
game.
like there were great guns to use with paintballs, like the BAR.
Yeah.
Someone was like, like shooting fucking mortar paintballs at everybody.
It's so cool.
Very cool.
Mortar down!
It's
Giant
just a big water balloon.
Oh no!
Everybody running in like, ah! They got paintbrushes. Like, like visceral, like stabbing
in the background. War.
War never changes.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
Dump the was it at fucking? It's like a castle with the flaming orb that just buckets of paint and just dump on people with some napalm.
It is cool though. I was reading this paper on how when is it going to get to it where technology can do and what technology can do, like as in like military wise. When will we get so far ahead where we'll stop using it because it's too effective?
What do you mean?
Like a Geneva Convention type
like
thing?
absolutely, like nuclear warfare. We're not going to use that because it was too effective.
Yeah.
It could just level a city down with one bomb. Like, that's awful. You can't.
Right, that's why everybody is very scared.
Well, that's also the guaranteed version of there's never going to be a World War III. There's no possibility of it happening again. Because if we do, it'll be the end of the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could happen, but we'd all be dead.
Because, like, picture, like, we put Russia into, like a last stand. Like, there's nothing. They're going to lose this, and they have all these nukes. What are they going to do?
Right.
We're going to lose anyway, so let's just take everyone down with us.
Yeah,
there will never be a World War III.
Very sobering.
I was going to say, you only played Metal Gear Solid 5, but go play the other ones, because it's all about nuclear deterrence.
Yeah, isn't like in the fourth one at the very end, he's like walking through like this super like
It's a microwave.
Yeah,
hallway,
and he's like trying to, that was like cool. Yep.
Speaking of Metal Gear, that's what I've been doing like for the past week. I just watched all of the cutscenes.
Jesus, that is.
I was like, I'm bored. Here we go. Sat down.
What you need to do since you have all this time, I guess, watch the Kingdom Hearts and look at all the videos and tell me what Kingdom Hearts is about. I'm a fan. I don't even know.
Even if I watch all of them, I won't know.
I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Don't know what it's about most of the time.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, at Sony's conference, they showed off more Kingdom Hearts 3. They showed off a new world. It's Big Hero 6 world.
I saw that.
Dude, it looks really cool.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not Star Wars, so.
They're not. They said that they're not putting it in.
Why? Is it too realistic?
No, because they put it in Pirates of the Caribbean. But I think they said because it was so far in production, once Disney got
true.
Lucasfilms and all them, they're like, we're not gonna.
Technically, could they use Marvel films too if they wanted to?
Yeah, they could, but they're not. I don't think.
I don't think they'd let them touch it.
No, they might. Disney owns it, so.
Dude, Disney can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whoever makes money.
Yeah. The mouse controls all.
You're fucking me?
But, no, they showed off Big Hero 6, which I really like that movie, so I was kind of glad that it was there. Did you ever watch that?
No, I always wanted to.
No,
really good.
I highly recommend watching that
movie.
movie. It's a great animated movie.
I'm not globally known for watching movies. In fact, it's quite the opposite, and people get mad at me because I haven't watched certain movies, and I really want.
You deserve to be mad at it.
Well, I know, but I like. gets to a certain point where I'm like, name a Disney movie, and I haven't watched it, and then like people was like, what? It's Pixar.
Yeah, that's
Anyhow,
Pixar.
Disney Pixar.
No.
Stepping back from amateur hour, I'm like, name a Disney movie, and I haven't watched it, and they're like, God, it's interesting. This guy hasn't watched any of them. Not only okay, what are the ones I've watched?
Aladdin.
No.
What?
No, I wasn't trying to do the thing right now.
I feel like shaming him so bad.
Yeah, no, you totally could. I'm trying to think of the ones I have watched, and I don't know what they are.
Frozen?
I watched some of Frozen.
There you go.
I didn't mean to.
That one I don't really care for. So.
Oh, definitely Toy Story.
Oh,
That's Pixar.
I
Again.
watched Toy Story 3, remember, in Russian.
That's still Pixar.
Why Russian?
Also Pixar. I told that story where the language was in English and all the dubbing was in English, like the Western version, but any text in the film, like a sign or like a writing on a letter or whatever, was in Russian.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that was hilarious. And like the movie started and like Toy Story 3 was supposed to splash onto the screen and it just said like, I know drinking yet. It was fucking hilarious.
I would never go to Berlin and like Germany because like,
Why?
oh, and this building is the I'm like, why is it like such a mouthful for one building?
Dude, that's
Oh, you mean
language.
you just mean their language?
It's just so confusing.
It's one of the it's one of the more aggressive languages.
Yeah, like-
them and them and Russian, I would say.
Germany's not.
German's not aggressive. It's just like a lot of consonants, which we kind of associate with aggressive words, like the kind of thing that I was saying about swear words the other day. Wait. No, you weren't with. I was talking about it on Discord. I was talking about like swear words, like fuck and like shit, or like really, they like come from like the front and like go to the back, and the back and like go to the front. So it's like really aggressive. It's like all those consonants.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
I've been reading Roy Blunt Jr.'s book Alphabet Juice recently, talking about sonic-y words and like mouthfeel of words and like how that stems in terms of the etymology of the word, like going back to the Old Norse or the Old English or the Sanskrit it comes from. It makes sense why those sounds sound the way they do. So, anyhow, German is an Indo-European or a Germanic language, obviously. And it has like all those fucking consonants in a row, which seems like super unnatural and like, what's it like? I was trying to think of the most aggressive German word I know, but I can't come up with anything more than like Scheiße. Blitzkrieg. Anyhow,
Valkyrie.
yeah, same idea. But like, if you listen to people that speak German, listen to German people speak German, it's not really aggressive because they don't like associate those hard consonants with really, really hard like physical intention. They just say it normally like we would.
And then you have like French, which is like so like smooth and like.
I hate French.
Oh, I love it.
I hate the language.
It sounds it's like such a romantic language.
Yeah, that's fast. What makes what do you hate about French?
I don't know. It's just the way.
The phlegm?
Yeah.
It just makes everything.
That's
sound
mostly it. Like I don't know. It's
really.
Just,
you can call anything something and it makes it sound fancy.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. I just don't like the language itself. Like I don't like how everything is constructed
and how everything's like on the top of the mouth. Like,
yeah.
Spanish is the same way. It's basically the same construction in terms of like conjugations and where the words go in order to relate to one another.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same thing. Some guy, a French guy, was talking to me about pizza. He's like, "This pizza would be better with this cheese on it," and I can't remember. Oh, he said with
cheese?
No, he said Gruyere, like Gruyere cheese. Is like what we would say, but he's like Gruyere, and like said it perfectly. I was like, "Ooh, that's French."
you just know. Well,
I like it a lot.
I heard Japanese is really like it's easier to learn. Kind of like almost like English.
Not really.
Well, it depends.
Hard to write, but easier to say and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really depends. Like the alphabets.
Yeah.
The alphabets are the first two are okay. What is it? What are the first two alphabets? Not kanji, but starts with a K and an H. Hingarin, something like that. Hiragana.
And I don't know the other one that's kanji. They have like 3 alphabets.
Yeah.
That's
one alphabet for all of their words. Another alphabet for all foreign words.
That's how it should be.
Third alphabet is kanji, which is mind-blowing.
Because it's mostly Chinese.
It's based off of Chinese.
If you think about it, like because it's so close, it shares a lot of things. It's kind of like
especially since they both invaded
Spanish
each
is a lot
other
like French. Spain
Yeah.
is like right next to France. Well, it is right next to France.
They descend from the same Romance roots, just like the Asiatic languages. Like, but those aren't like they don't use Arabic characters, so it's like there's a huge disconnect between. And I think I talked about it on another episode where like they like. For instance, they don't use prepositions, just at all, which is such a core part of our language as we know it. I just use
prepositions.
Prepositions are words that are used like sometimes used to connect clauses. They're like a prepositional phrase, like of the language, right? Of is a preposition, and then the article language is the language is the noun. So like of the preposition is a prepositional phrase, and it helps you like keep every clause, like the independent dependent clause, keep them clean and like know like how you can section out your sentence. So all this totally makes sense in my head, and it might totally not make sense to you.
I don't want to hurt your feelings when I say this, but everyone, he works with pizza when he knows all this. I just want you guys to know that.
I don't even that. I'm pretty sure all that is true, but.
No, I'm just saying, why won't you just why won't you just be a teacher? You'd be so good. You're made to be a teacher.
I don't know. Because kids give me the heebie-jeebies.
Going back, it's hiragana and katakana.
Katakana, that's
katakana is the foreign alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. We have one.
Cool.
That's funny.
Recurring joke. I was thinking about the Amazon sex position recently.
I didn't bring it up this time.
Yeah,
I was just beating off
on
one.
Your face. You're about to.
I was just beating off one day, and
I was thinking about how bored I was while I was jacking off.
Nah, I don't want to. I could bring that. I can make a
this
whole.
This whole bit is actually a circle jerk in and of itself.
I could just have a giant thesis of just beating off when you're bored and why beating off is so good when you're bored. But I won't. I'll write that paper later.
This man works in a school with children, helping people when he could be writing blog posts about beating off. Listen how much potential there is.
He had a doctorate about this.
No, like, okay, so like, I get my master's. I'm like, okay, so now I got to start writing papers. I'm a professor at college. Yeah. First doctor or first paper. Beaten off. I'll get other doctors to come in and write. Yeah,
peer review on this masturbation article I read recently.
Will you put
some really interesting stuff?
Hey, put your own piece on this and just sign off on it. We're gonna put your name in here too. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I would gladly have my name soiled by this piece of ass.
I get my Pulitzer Prize and put it right on top of it.
Masturbatory habits in the adolescent teen.
I guarantee you there's tons of papers like that though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Honestly, probably. Like. That's a thing that we have access to now more than ever is scholarly reviewed articles. You can go on any database.
Google Docs.
Even Google Docs. Yeah, Google Scholar is great for like searching up Google Docs. No, you can find 300 pictures of the summer of 2017 and this podcast on my Google Docs. That's pretty much it.
You can find my resume there.
You'll find, and also my resume. But like we can access pretty much any peer-reviewed article we want. So like finding something on like the masturbatory habits on adolescent teens and lack of stimulation in their environment is totally not something that I would consider out of the ordinary.
You do a good job though, like a Cliff Notes version of scholarly like documents. Because a lot of it is just empty fodder. And then like the thesis and then the piece of the back of the thesis. I'm just saying there's a lot of empty words in these things.
Yeah.
Which is like my favorite thing to be in college. Like you can write papers about things you want to research and you get like credit for it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
No, it's cool. You can draw your own conclusions and make your own points and
I like going to school.
Draw your own drawings and
you can draw your own doodles on the side.
This is you, Professor. Though I got an 88 on that test. I should have brought up my final grade, but it didn't. It didn't. I had an 86. It should at least gone up to an 87 from that 88 test.
Didn't you drop a class and then get passed with an A-? What are you complaining about?
I don't. Everything in my life just goes my way besides me crippling myself.
It must be nice.
It's not bad. Honestly, yeah,
it's really worked for me so far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with it.
I have no complaints.
People always said it would stop. Like your luck's gonna run out when I was like 16. I'm like, it hasn't.
No, and I'm just gonna ride this bitch out until I die.
It's been 7 years. And it's still working
that
out.
the last 10 years of your life will be like broken cats, black cats crossing your path, and broken mirrors.
Broken cats and crossing ladders.
Cat walks by and just crosses back.
Snap!
No, Kevin that pushes it. My friend Kevin.
You have his address too.
He was talking about how his brother shut a door on a cat and cut it in half. It's not true. He just told everyone that. So everyone just hated his brother. It just, like, I was fighting with him and he got mad and slammed the door and cut my cat in half. I'm like, Kevin, that's not real. There's no cats in half here in your house.
How the fuck would you cut a cat in half of the door?
Apparently he's the Hulk and just slams the door and just reverberates the entire house.
Wow. The Sonic Wings cut the cat in half.
The screen door is bladed.
It's a security feature.
My brother actually used to have a huge scar on his forehead because he ran straight into a door when it was open. Whack! Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
It actually like split his head open? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, I split my other brother. I split his head open in the back because this sounds so gay. Me and my brother, when he was like 8 and I was like 12, we'd play horsey.
Yeah.
We take all our clothes off. no, but
I said Monk at the olive oil.
He would
grease his bitch up.
We'd get the kiddie pool out. No, but he would get on my back and I'd try to buck him off.
Yeah.
That just sounds bad too. I'd try to fuck him off.
No, buck him off.
Try to buck him off. And we had, my old house in my dad's living room, the giant, sharply pointed fireplace on the edge of it.
Yeah.
Fell off and hit his head right in the corner.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bled. But
injury story, Daren?
Yeah, let's give us one.
Because that really fucking took the cake.
Back at the Ward's house, and I was like 7 or so. We were all just running, and they had this weird setup of rocks, like around their blueberry bushes.
Like in a pentagram, or
yeah.
Blueberry pentagram. There's your title.
This is a funny title.
But they had this just weird rock setup and like this black tubing around their yard. I've always was really confused about it. But anyway, we were running and I tripped because I hit that black tubing and tripped forwards and just cut my whole side down from those rocks.
On one rock?
No, it was how the rocks were set up.
In a knife pattern.
Yeah. Well, they were like, it seemed like
your patterns.
Type of cement, like kind of half trapezoids kind of thing.
Okay, I know what you mean. I know. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, and
there's too many points for me. Go on.
Yeah, so
that's far too many.
That's like 4.
Anyway, I tripped.
Can you talk about triangles, please?
Anyway, I tripped forward and just cut myself straight down from underneath my shoulder down to like my waist.
Oh my organs.
And I was like, well, I'm going home.
My kidney fell out and I had to cradle it in my hands like a newborn infant.
My ears are ringing from the mortar fire.
Meanwhile, from the outside, Daren's just like, oh!
Okay, maybe I'm the only one with abusive parents. Has anyone got hurt and your parents get mad at you for getting hurt?
Yeah.
I split my knee open. I jumped over a pipe standing up, and I split the top of my knee open. I don't know how, but I jumped over and that's what happened. And Mom was like, how could you get hurt? We're at a family party to be in a fucking hospital. I'm like, I'm hurt, and you're yelling at me.
And you're like young, so like, why are you helping me?
I didn't want to get hurt. Why are you screaming at me?
I was just trying to piss you off.
Yeah, I'm bleeding. Like,
sorry, go on.
I had to get stitches.
And
she's like, knee? Yeah, she's like yelling at me. Like,
oh my God.
Why'd you get hurt? I'm like, yeah, like I wanted to do this, Mom.
We got lost when I was in the Virgin Islands. My family got lost in the city, trying to find our way back to like where we lived, and so we were all super frustrated and like tired. And I was wearing sandals and kicked like my toe went beyond my sandal, and I went like. Up the sidewalk for a full stride and just like shaved the top of my toe off like I was trying to sprinkle it on my fucking Parmesan. And I was like, I can't walk. And Harry's like, God damn it, like we're already lost and I'm gonna pick your fucking ass up. And I'm like, it hurts.
That was last year. It was so
no,
funny.
it was like 8.
No, it was like 2 months ago.
Oh, Papa, pick me up. I'm so sorry. You're 21. Papa!
I can't go to work tomorrow.
But Papa,
it's finals week. I can't go.
You must take care of me. I am your son.
You have to go on my stand. Here are my notes.
Help, Papa, I'm bleeding.
You are the next of kin.
They put in the contract if I died, you have to take my place as the student.
I don't know the accent for doing it.
I don't know the accent, man. This is funny.
Bon Papa!
Mein Padre!
You've heard yourself. Santa's not coming. Von Campus is coming for you this year.
What were we thinking of recently? Shit.
What?
This is getting violent.
I know. No.
God damn it!
God damn it!
Flips the table. I got the table flipped on me at work today.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, my kid was not happy.
Oh,
I'm like,
I thought you like wanted the teachers.
No, I was just working. I had all the stuff on. I was doing work because we have flashcards. That's how I teach him. We have a giant thing of flashcards that he's mastered. So I go like, touch your head. What do you see with you brush your and he goes teeth and stuff. He just got mad, just flip the fucking table at me. I'm like, you're picking this up. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So that was fun.
Oh shit.
He's so angry.
For like unprovoked or just like
He didn't want to do work.
you were pissing him off.
No, like, he has a visual schedule. So you take one up. Like, so we're in Blue Room. Now we're doing table work. And then you do sensory break, and then we have lunch.
Yep.
So I went, okay, we're at Blue Room. So now I take off that like, because you have a schedule on the side, so he sees what's coming up next. He has one that we're doing to the right, so he takes that one off, takes the other one, and puts it up. So we're doing that. So schedule. He went recess. I'm like, it's not recess time. Look at your schedule.
Recess right now.
He goes, I say, switch your schedule. He looks at me, switch your schedule. Dude, he goes to the table. He wasn't feeling table work.
You're like, okay, I guess we're going outside.
No, I'm like,
No, you're like, fucking
we're doing
pick
that.
that up. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm such. Like I'll do whatever the kids want. I'm such a baby. Like I cannot say no to kids. I can say no to him just fine because like that's my job to like be harsh on him.
To say no.
Yeah, like he wants to do everything, and if you give like an inch
Tyler
with him,
hurts
he'll take a
people's
mile.
feelings for a living. It's very lucrative.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is when kids make me mad, I tell them Santa's not real.
Yeah.
In the first grade, and it goes great. And like, oh, my parents get divorced. What do you think? Oh, it's because of you. If you weren't such a bad kid, they would be divorced right now. And it's all your fault.
If you just cleaned your room more often, then mommy and daddy will still be together. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Your dad left because you don't do the dishes.
I see no other way around it. Therapy is a great option. Y'all have songs you want to request?
Oh, is
Wow,
it really
what?
been an hour?
Oh, no, it's been 45 minutes.
We can have a short episode for once.
45 minutes is fine.
Yeah, okay, I'll get a song.
I'm going to go home and get drunk.
Really? You feeling it? One of those days?
It's one of those days.
I
What you got, boy?
don't got anything.
Oh,
Every time Daren can't...
I don't listen to.
pick a video game and give us a soundtrack. I got one.
That's harsh. I'm gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh, but it was funny.
That was funny. Feels like
Hey,
summer.
that was funny.
Feels like summer by Childish Gambino.
Already did it. Oh, no, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, you...
That just came out.
I know, you spoke to me about it last week, I think, before last episode. I don't think you were
I didn't.
suggesting
No, feels like summer. Really good song.
Childish Gambino's new shit.
It's about global warming. It's pretty good.
Yeah, make sure you watch the music video, too.
Yeah, super interesting music.
Because that was awesome.
Yep.
It's got all sorts of cool rapper cameos that I, like, started to... I didn't pick up on it at first.
You said we missed it. Are these rappers?
Yeah,
yes,
and then I kept watching.
Oh,
Is
is it that video where a whole bunch of different rappers
Yeah,
show
just
up?
walking down the street and it's animated.
Yeah, it's like really like 2D animated.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
It's got great charm. It's really good.
I've only seen screenshots.
Really
so
good.
Never
Definitely check it out.
listen to it. I
about you?
have to.
But me,
Yeah, you do have to now.
I've been listening to... You do have to now. I've been listening... Do it. I've been listening to more Sophie Myers recently. Went back... Oh, dude, this is like... I think I sent you a song, but this is actually one of... I sent a Sophie Myers song to my friend that I was hanging out with in Costa Rica, and I was like... I wasn't hitting on her, but like the lyrics in the song are like super romantic.
Okay.
But I just found it because it came up in my Spotify, and I sent it to her because she was cool.
Good music.
She is cool. And sent her good music, and she like totally thought I was hitting on her, and was like was super weird when we hung out. Was like doing really weird shit, like talking to her boyfriend a lot. And I was like, oh, you thought that? No, actually, no. She's like, yeah, you sent me that song, and I didn't really know what to do. I was like freaking out all day. It was wicked funny.
Dang, yeah, that sucks.
It totally, but it's cool.
You guys probably get a laugh about
Oh yeah, no, we laugh on that. At any rate, Sophie Myers is very cool.
You said Super
what was
Mario
this?
for a
Super
second.
Mario.
do.
You know it goes do. Listen to Super Mario Brothers. No, I want to suggest Shores by Sophie Myers. It's a really relaxed. She writes a lot of love songs, but this is like if Frank Ocean was a girl. It's really wild. A lot of similar styles and vocal melodies. Really, really, really cool.
I'm actually gonna
listen to that. I'm gonna show you this after because it's really good.
Well, okay. It's not relaxing, but my song will be "The Night" from Disturbed.
Okay.
I love Disturbed.
That's a good one. I like that song.
I really like that song.
I've never heard of that one, so that must be one of their Less or
It's
no?
pretty popular.
That's popular?
It was on the radio for a little bit.
I don't listen to Disturbed, so.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, I just really like Disturbed. I don't listen to new music, so
Get the Spotify. Get the Spotify. Get the Discover Weekly.
Get to Spotify.
Get the
My
Spoofy.
My Discover Weekly is garbage.
Really?
Garbage.
Mine has been so good.
They put
you have
MGK.
to listen to better music.
They put MGK on my Discovery.
Yeah, listen to better music. It's based off what you listen to then.
I listen to Frank Ocean and a bunch of relaxing rap. And
I don't believe that.
I'll show you my playlist list every day.
Alright.
I listen to only like 90s rock.
And it'll give you 90s rock, dude. It's good. It's good shit. You're shaking your head vehemently. No.
But yeah, this has been slightly more milk. Leave.